Ayla Larson became a published illustrator of children's books at the young age of 14. The book Adventures with Lolly, which is the first in a series of 5, was Ayla's very first work in the field of illustration and graphic design. She is here today to discuss how she went from being your average, normal, everyday teenager to having books with her name on the cover. Welcome, Ayla and her dad, Brett. Ayla Larson and her dad, Brett. Thank you guys for being guests on my show today.
Yeah, thank you for having us on today.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, first of all, I want to start out by talking about who Ayla is. I mentioned in the intro what she does, but I want to talk about how I know Ayla. Ayla is my illustrator of my children's books. Ayla was only 14 years old when she first started illustrating my books. Adventures with Lolly, Tucker's Troubles, Sheldon Needs a Friend, all those. And the way that I first met Ayla was through your cousin. Me and your cousin were friends on Facebook. We go to college together. And I first asked, I put it out on social media, does anybody know anyone who can illustrate children's books? I'm getting ready to write a series. And your cousin Megan sent me a message along with some pictures that you had drawn, and I was blown away. I mean, Ayla, at 14 years old, you are an amazing, well, you're 15 now, you have an amazing talent. And that's how I first met you. And when I saw your drawings, I knew that I had to hire you to illustrate my children's books. So I wanted to know, how does it make you feel knowing that you can look online and see your work?
It's really exciting. It's weird. Like, my friends don't believe me the first time I tell them that they can look up my books on Amazon. And I've always wanted to be an artist and illustrator, so it's really exciting knowing that I already have books out there.
Yeah, it is. It is really exciting. Dad, how does it make you feel knowing that your little girl has such an amazing talent and that she does have published books online?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty exciting. Like she said, she's always wanted to do art, and she's always excelled, especially at kind of cartoon drawing and illustrating, and that kind of thing is where she's gravitated towards with her art. So it was just neat for the opportunity to come about and for our paths to cross. And yeah, it's pretty exciting. She oftentimes will be showing people. She'll ask to borrow someone's phone to show them a link on Amazon where they can purchase her book, and I see her just kind of light up and smile when she sees it, and everyone else around is kind of surprised to see her name on the cover. So yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it is an amazing feeling, isn't it, Ayla, to see your work online, knowing that what makes me feel so good is knowing that we're doing a project together that is meaningful. It's not just, it has meaning. It has an anti-bullying theme. Each book has an anti-bullying message, and it's meaningful work. And knowing that we will leave that behind one day, I always think like maybe 30, 50 years from now, somebody can go into a library and pick up a book, that we've worked on. And I'm just so thankful to God that he crossed our paths, because I've told your dad for the last year, God brought us all together. He crossed our paths. And I just think it is amazing. You have probably been drawing since you were big enough to pick up a crayon, I'm sure, like all children do. But how old were you when you realized, or have you realized yet, that you do have a gift for this?
I always enjoyed drawing and always would just draw on any sticky notes I could find around the house. But I guess I never really thought that at such a young age I would actually be making books or illustrating books. So yeah, I guess I didn't realize.
Well, you are definitely very talented, very gifted, and you need to know that. Just know that. I mean, look at I know, if you're like me, I'm like, well, I don't know. It's hard for me to take compliments like that, but I just want you to know that you have such a gift from God. I mean, it is amazing. And that brings me to my next thought, my next question. Every one of my friends who have gotten the books are just blown away by what you've done at such a young age. I mean, even for adults, I mean, you can run right alongside adults. You're so good at it, but especially to be so young. Everybody says, I can't believe this is, drawn by a little girl. I can't believe it. Dad, how old was she when you and her mother realized that she had such a gift?
So I think we knew long before she's just coming to realize it. I think as she's being kind of reaffirmed by everyone around her, and this book has helped that. And she's kind of gotten a reputation now, even within her school, because people open their lockers and there's a little Post-it note drawing with a little message to make someone's day. That's kind of her thing now. Everyone knows her as the little Post-it note special message person, and she leaves them scattered all over. And so it's kind of been fun to see everyone else reaffirming, like, Ayla, you're really good at this. And so she's starting to realize it, I think, now. But me and Mom knew quite early. Like you said, everyone picks up the crayons and starts doodling, but it was real young when her doodles were a little bit different than everyone else's. And then it started to become a part of everything she did, and it was beyond just drawing. She would be creating food in the kitchen. She'd be cooking lunches over summer break for her sisters, and it wasn't just the normal run-of-the-mill things. It would be some sort of over-the-top decorative design to her food. She started creating little stuffed animals out of socks and making puppets, and everything was just, it was art bleeding over into everything she was doing. And so we had a pretty good idea when she was maybe 5 years old that she was a little bit unique in her artistic talents. So
yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, you're definitely a creative person, especially if it goes over into other areas of your life and not just drawing. I mean, you definitely have that creative mind. You have 3 siblings, right? You have three sisters. Do any of them draw, or are they creative, or did you just get all that talent?
My youngest sister enjoys drawing, and she, I think, kind of uses me as inspiration and likes to draw when I'm drawing and stuff. But my other 2 sisters, they really don't draw that much. They actually have more of the creativity when it comes to writing and stuff. So they're actually not very good at drawing. They like to be more organized and inside the lines, I guess.
Oh, good. Yeah, listen, they could write. Your sister likes to write. You guys could team up. She could write a book and you could illustrate it. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, with the 4 kids, we've definitely gotten to see that whole right brain, left brain thing play out. With 2 of them are being very creative, and organization is not their thing. They want to explore creativity in everything they do. And then we have 2 that are all about structure, and they're really into writing, and they're creative in that way, but they have no interest or passion for drawing and artistic. So it's kind of neat to see. Yeah,
I mean, it sounds like your family's you're very blessed with right brain, left brain kids. I mean, each one of your children having a different ability. Maybe that you can come together and as a family, use all of that. So I know that you're still in high school. Like I said, you just turned 15 in January. You're still in high school. What do you plan to do after you graduate? Are you going to pursue a career in illustration or graphic design?
Yeah, so I don't fully know what I want to do once I graduate high school, but I do want to do something artistic, and I'm hoping to go to the tech college here in Alexandria, and they have a really good graphic designing program, so I'm thinking about trying that out, seeing what I think about that.
Oh, good. Dad, I bet you don't want her to move too far away from home. She's your little girl.
Yep. No, it'll be good. I want her to go wherever she gives the best opportunity to do what she wants with her art. But it is actually we're pretty fortunate that right in our town, Alexandria College here is really well regarded across the nation for their art program. So it's kind of cool that she'll have that opportunity, even possibly to take some of the courses while she's in high school. So.
Yeah, that's why I told her last week when we had our practice Zoom call, I told her that if she could start early while she's in high school and take some of those classes, the sky's the limit for Ayla. I really believe that. I believe that she has such a gift, and there's just something about her and her art that she has such a gift. I really do believe that she's going to go big places in her life. Am I the first author that you have illustrated for? Or?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. I'm going to be able to say one day, I knew her when. I'll be asking for your autograph one day. I will. I mean, I just really believe good things for you, and I believe that you're going to live such a blessed life with your gift. Do you have plans to seek out other authors? Or are you putting yourself out there? After our series wraps up and ends, we have 2 more books in the children's series, but another a standalone book that I'm writing, about a little dog. But do you plan on putting yourself out there and seeking more work, or are you just going to kind of let this be it for now?
Yeah, so right now my focus is all on your series and your book about your dog, but I'm hoping to one day just continue illustrating for other authors and just continue to do that. My aunts and my cousins have been like, oh, I would love to write a story for you and you could illustrate it. So even that would be fun to try.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. I mean, listen, I know a lot of people say, I want to write a book, and they say, how do I write a book? And I'm like, you just sit down and you grab a laptop and you start typing, or grab a pad and a pen and just start writing. I'm a firm believer that anybody can do anything they want to do, well, except draw. I can't draw. So, but if somebody wants to write, I always encourage them just to go ahead and write. And so if you have, like your aunts, you said they want to write, just encourage them to do that, and just tell them that you will illustrate for them. If you have an email address that you would like to share, or maybe like a website or anything like that where people can find you to reach out to you, as a result of this interview, to send jobs your way, would that be okay? I mean, if you want to share an email address or anything that they can email your dad. I know that since you're a minor, I've had to deal with your mom and dad, and like they had to sign the contracts and all that. But if there's an email address, you can share it, and we'll put it up on the screen as well. So
at this point, as she is only 15, it's probably the best to just email us, which is our email address is brlarson, LARSON 001 @gmail.com.
Okay.
And then we can get that kind of routed the right way. But yeah, I think as she's a minor, like you mentioned, I think we have to be involved in all the contractual pieces at this point. But
yeah, absolutely. I know because when your cousin Megan first contacted me, I didn't know that you were a minor. She showed me your drawings. I thought, oh, wow, this girl, I knew you were young, but I didn't know you were that young. And so after she told me how old you were, I was like, oh, I've got to get mom and dad involved in this. So I looked up, how to do contracts with minors and how to get the parents involved and things like that. So yeah, Dad, look for hopefully an influx of emails with people wanting to, have Ayla illustrate their books, and, taking her gift even further. Like I said, I just know that you're going to be you're going to do something really special in your life. I really feel like God is going to use you in your life. Ayla, I just want to say thank you once again for being a guest on my show. I have no doubts that God is going to take you to some really big places in life, and I hope that we can work together again one day. I know, like I said, we still have 3 more books to do, 2 more in the children's series, and then the book about my little dog that passed away. I'm kind of doing a tribute book to her, and I'm definitely really excited about that. And so I just want to say thank you, and it's been an honor to work with you, and such a privilege. And like I said, one of these days I'm going to say, hey, I knew Ayla when, but I just want to say thank you for coming on. Dad, thank you for coming on as well. Thank you for, letting me sharing your daughter's talents with the world and with me, especially, and, with everybody who can pick up the books on Amazon and, Apple Books or wherever. I don't even know where all we have them, but wherever they're at, thank you for allowing me to work with your daughter.
Yeah, thank you. We were so blessed to have our paths crossed and to have this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you. It was a really neat opportunity to work with you, and it's been really fun, and we're excited to continue to work together. And it's just been a wonderful opportunity for Ayla to kind of develop her talents, and actually to really work on some other skills too, like managing time and project management and that kind of stuff. That's all been really, really helpful for her to experience, and in a way with you that's been so just so friendly and so easy. So that's been a great opportunity.
I'm like Ayla. I have the creative part, but I'm still learning the organization and the structured part. I'm not a very organized person. So when you talked about your other children who are organized, and then Ayla who's creative, I'm like that too. I'm like, I just need to get the organization down. But that's not fun, is it, Ayla? The creative part's the fun part. The time management and all that's not fun stuff. But anyway, thank you guys once again. And thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed today's show, please share it with your friends and family so that they can see Ayla and what she can do, and just watch her journey from now on, because Ayla is just beginning. Thank you guys.